All right, guys, welcome back to In the Garage. If you had seen the video that I uploaded a few days ago, maybe a week by now, I had mentioned an upcoming project, and I didn't mention what kind of car it was. I'll spin you around real quick. It's a 69 Dodge Dart, and right now all we're doing is prepping for primer and trying to figure out exactly what it is that we've got to make sure we don't put any type of incompatible materials on top of it. And doing that, I found out that the top coat that's on this car, the car is all black, and I had scanned it real quick. It was sitting out in the parking lot, and I scanned over it real quick and assumed that it was, just automotive primer. Body looks like it's in really good shape. The hood's has 6 or 7 little dings in it, and they're coming up from the bottom, coming out the top, most of them, and then there's probably 2 that come from the top down to the inside of the hood. Looks like the hood got shut on something, pushed some dents up from the bottom. But yesterday, I set the hood up and got it ready to start sanding, and as soon as I hit it with sandpaper, I realized I had messed up. The top coat that's on the car may or may not be a primer. It could be a flat black paint, and it could be a primer, but whatever it is, it came out of a spray bomb can. And one of the ways that you can tell just by looking at it, and it's completely my fault that I missed it. Hopefully you can see the lines are real close together, and if this had come out of a spray gun, you might see lines, but they would be 6-8 inches apart in between each of the lines, and these are just virtually side by side. About every inch or I'm left-handed. About every inch or so, you see an overlap line, and that's pretty much a dead giveaway. It's spray bomb can, and I did not pick that up when I went and looked at it. So that one's my fault. The problem with that is most all that sort of stuff, somewhere in its mixture, how it's made, is oil-based at some point. And really can't be spraying automotive paint over an oil-based spray bomb can. Oil and automotive paint don't mix at all, and it'll be a disaster, just a catastrophe. So what turned into somewhat of a simple job, just got several weeks added to it, because any one of you who know that I have usually a 6-day-a-week work schedule, so I have to fit this stuff in between my job, and my arm is getting tired. Had to switch hands. So, while you're out painting, quoting prices and stuff, it's one of those things, that as a painter, you need to be able to pick up on that stuff, and I completely missed that one. But we're here, and we got to get all the black off of it. So as I started sanding through the initial top coat, I realized that the hood at least was originally blue. And so I went through all the way to the metal in certain parts, especially, around the dents and high spots. You know, you're going to go to the metal. And I could see the factory primer. I could see the factory blue paint. And one of the reasons I know that it's most likely factory, the hood at least, blue, is because in '69, they didn't use base coat, clear coat. So most likely they used enamel, and enamel doesn't feather edge very well. So, you know, every one of these, find a spot here, every one of these places down to the blue, you can see the little lines in it. That stuff doesn't feather edge. Every bit of that has an edge to it. Now, we're not worried about it. We're going to put a filling sand on top of that, and that will certainly take care of every one of those little lines. But you sort of go through the history of the car as you start doing your body work. I talked to the individual who owned the car yesterday about what I had found, and the original assumption was we were going to block sand his primer, spray my filling sand primer, block sand it, do our body work, prime over that again, and lay a sealer and then the paint. And that got derailed almost instantaneously. But back to the story, I talked to him yesterday, and apparently this is the second time he's owned this car. His dad had painted it orange, he said, about 20 years ago, and gave it to him when he was 16. And that's basically what he's doing now, is he's painting the car and going to give it to his son, which I'm assuming is around 16. And but I'm starting to think that this hood is not the original hood that came with the car. He had mentioned that he had sold the car to a friend of his, and then apparently has bought the car back from him. And it had a different hood on it, and the guy said he wanted an original style hood, and so he got this hood. But like I said, I don't think this is the original hood with the car. This is definitely an original hood, but I don't think it came with this car. The hood has been treated pretty rough. It had some rust in it, and you can see here. These panels getting really thin, and the rust has started to do away with little sections of it. And we'll try to take my angle sander and at least knock the sharp edges off. Some of this stuff's like a razor blade. Knock some of the sharp edges off of it. We got some dents here, pretty good sized dents. Now, obviously, this is under the hood, so we're not going to sweat it too much. Got another big dent here, another big dent here. The hood, a big dent right here. I worked a dent out that was coming from the top through the bottom. I got it worked out flat with a dolly and hammer. I don't think that's even going to need any body work whatsoever, or as far as you know, filling putty goes. There's some more dents that you can see from the top. But anyway, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and hit your notification bell. And so we'll be doing videos on this car throughout the paint job, and that way you'll be notified when the new videos come out. And I'm trying to decide on whether to set you down and video the sanding process. Probably not. But I'll take you through the progress, definitely. So hit that bell and hit the like button down there. Leave your comments, and we'll see you on the next one. Guys, appreciate it.